white binaries that are two stars which are orbiting each other. I don't really understand it, but it seems to be oftentimes a white dwarf, and then a red dwarf or another type of sun, it can be something else, and it circles around them. And they can be far apart, as in white binaries. They can be also closer together, even in contact binaries, I think, where they're actually touching each other, or they can be a bit more apart, semi-connected, and then they, for example, maybe sucking in the gases of the one planet, or so on. So, but white binaries, they are further apart. By closer one, they would then suck it in and accumulating an accretion disk around them out of gases, which then, if it has enough pressure and heat, explodes in a nova or dwarf nova a little bit closer. And there can be also magnetic fields, which then sucks parts of a gas cloud in, and it has then outward X-ray force and so on. But white binaries, they are further apart. They are more or less just peacefully going around there. In the Greater Dog constellation, 8.6 light years away from the Earth, there is such a white binary. There is Sirius A, a star which is a bit bigger than the Sun, circling around a white dwarf. The white dwarf has around the mass of the Sun. It's just an older star which has burned everything up, and because it has burned everything up, it has no outward force anymore and has fallen together until the electron shells are standing together in the white dwarf. But it has the same mass, and that way it works like that. There takes 50 years for the Sirius A to circle around Sirius B. Now, I don't know how they're actually orbiting. They have elliptical paths. There's written they are orbiting around their Barycenter, and that would be the place where they would orbit or where it would be if they would be joined through a larger stick. I don't understand what it means. So they're not actually orbiting, but they're orbiting the Barycenter, whatever it means. Now, in that white binary, it's just two stars. One is going around the other one, or both orbiting each other. I don't really get it. And it would be now possible that there is a planet going around with one dwarf, one red dwarf, for example, that is circling around with a white dwarf. And if there would be a person on that planet circling around with one star, which is circling around another star, depending on how they stand, they could see two sunsets, or two sunrises, or even being between them and having suns on both sides and so on. That is according to Mark A. Garlick's Cosmic Manic book on the page 64 and 65.